Did I keep you waiting long enough? Did I build up the anticipation? I hope so. Welcome to the Blathering Live on a Saturday night. I'm Napzok. Happy to have you here. We usually call these silly Saturdays, and I don't think that changes today, okay? Okay, I have a Choco Chiller Buzzball that I bought on New Year's Day, thinking I was going to drink it myself alone. Didn't. So might as well share it with you. And it's also the first, official big show here of 2026. And I'm happy to be in this new year with all of you. Folks like Laserball, Jared the TIE Pilot, Kingsport Cal, Ryan Almond's here, Alan Smithy's here, Alan Smishy. Svetnik checking in, James Holmes checking in, though he was checking in earlier. He might have left. Nope, there he is. James Holmes, 14-month member of this channel. Become a YouTube channel member here. Oi, oi, oi. Matty Mourner's here. Is the year over yet, says Ranger Donald? Fair question. David's here as well. Scarlet Wolf, Roger, Will McLean, who's going to sue the NFL refs. It was a weird game today. I just watched the end of that. Just watched the end of it. Producer Steve will be joining us here, possibly. James Holmes gifted 5 memberships. I love that. If you just got a membership, call into the show. Though I will say, apologize to YouTubers. If you're a YouTube channel member, you might not be able to call on the show tonight. You have to get into the Discord or Patreon page. Oh, that's a lot. Oh man, I forget. I set up. This is not in my normal studio. We have repeatable studios. I'm going to be shifting those a little bit again to do the just make sure that no one saves these and can get in without supporting the show here. You know what I mean? But I forgot to do that. So here's the deal. If you're a YouTube channel member and you want to call in and you can't, let me know. I will try to get up the back end of YouTube while I'm speaking here and do a members only post so that you can post. You can get in here. You can call. Kingsport Cal set memberships as well. Now I have to do it. Okay, we're going to copy and paste. This is live. This is captivating radio. Captivating radio indeed. Oh, and then that's then you got to choose a picture. Do I have to have a picture? Maybe. Let's see. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. All channel members. I'm just going to write, here's the temp link. Look at that. This is why producer Steve's on the payroll, making bank, is because I forget to do things like this. There we go. All right, so should be there for members only. If you're a YouTube channel member and you want to call into the show, there you go. All right. Chris Ryan says thanks for the gift. Y'all can call in. So I do have a super chat goal up there too as well. And if we hit it, I can afford to drink this Buzzball. Also, I got a gift. Okay. Once again, Calvin leaving his address a mystery. But Kingsport Cal says hello. All right. Kingsport Cal sent me a gift. Are you ready? I'm going to read this very personal note here. It says, hey, Ken. I figured I'd send you some stickers to cheer you up a little bit. Happy New Year. Look at the thought on this guy. Look at the thought on this. I got an Elvis sticker. Oh, Scotty J. Rose going to be jealous of this one. I got a Kiss sticker. I got a U2 sticker. Oh, we got another Kiss sticker here. For the audio listeners, just imagine band stickers. We got a Stardust Coffee, a little David Bowie. Love that. We got a couple of one of my favorite bands of all time, as you all know. Oasis. Right there. We've got my favorite band of all time, the Beatles. We got another one of my favorite bands, The Who. More The Who. And another U2 sticker. And another Kiss sticker. Kingsport Cal gifting me stickers. There's an address that you can send stuff to if you want to gift me things as well. Yeah, I'm not asking for it, but it's a nice little treat. And thank you. You know what I need now? I need to get a little trapper keeper. I need to get a little trapper keeper so I can put all the stickers and for the next semester of school. That'd be good. Mike Jordan with Super Chat as well. Appreciate that. And Mandalorian Jedi, a.k.a. Scarlet Wolf, a.k.a. whatever the hell she wants to name herself, because it's she's cool, and she can have as many names as she wants around these parts. Jared the TIE Pilot for the balls as well. So it's Silly Saturdays, but as you can tell here, Chris Ryan's asked, any 311 stickers in there? Yeah, I got to tell you, as much as a 90s rock DJ I am, never really got into 311. I like British stuff. I like more melodic stuff. They're a little too choppy for me. Not that they didn't have their audience. Very popular at my radio station back in the 90s. But I don't know. Not there. Vulcan Nerd kind of says what's out there. Old Handsaw's here. Says, hope we get some new U2 in 2026. Yes, I would love some new U2. Old Handsaw's written. I've heard some music of Old Handsaw that's very wonderfully 80s U2 adjacent. It's old Handsaw's own musical genius, but it makes you it transports you to the 80s like a U2 song. I love that stuff. Alan Smithy was super. We've made it. I think there. Alan Smithy says, happy Blather Day, Ken. Hope your 2026 is going better than Venezuela. Stay dry out there. Water dry, not booze dry. It is flooded here. My backyard is flooded here today. It's been raining for like 3 straight days. It's going to rain for like 3 more straight days. Vulcan Nerd said, Silly Saturdays feels like it's been replaced by Psychotic Saturday thanks to Pumpkin Spice Palpatine. Yeah, so I put it in the thumbnail. This is Silly Saturdays, and this is the thing, the little oasis. Hey, that's the sticker we got. Little oasis I created to kind of escape the news, and we talk about news on other shows, Mondays and Thursdays. Tuesday, I'll be back with Pat Conkey on Culture, Faith, and Politics Live. And, anytime with Ken and Alden, we talk about it there as well, even Force Center. So Saturdays is kind of a little corner to maybe not talk about all the things in the news. But it's hard to not just address what many of us woke up to today, which is the actions of the United States military and government in Venezuela. And, I'm the first to say, you're not going to come to me for the news insights. I'm a Star Wars expert. I'm a Game of Thrones expert. And like a lot of you out there, I'm glued to the news every day. I read as much as I can and have time for. I watch my favorite YouTube news punditry channels on various degrees of the political left spectrum to kind of take it all in. I love me some history, but I'm not a historian. And so I just at least felt like I had to just take some time to think about this today, because it's not, and there's a lot of great people out there talking about it, and there's all the caveats. I don't need anyone in the comments that, Maduro was, not a great leader. And there's probably some people in this country happy that he's gone. Got it. Get it. So's Putin. Like, we doing that to him next? Marco Rubio's already made very overt threats to Cuba. It's also about the legality of this within our own country, within our own system. Congress having no say in this. That's part of the frustration today. And also it is the history of it. This is kind of what we do. This is not the first presidential administration to just enact some regime changes in other countries of the world, other parts of the world, perhaps even for the most part to get their resources. Not the first, won't be the last. That is, unfortunately, what we do. It's also kind of, unfortunately, what the world has done. So none of that is what I'm here to address today. None of that is what I'm here to talk about. It's just this feeling of, and it's the first big story of the new year. And that kind of hits a little harder, too, because we all do start with hope, and as silly and as sometimes manufactured that switch of the new year hope could be, I do think it's real hope. I believe in the cleansing of the palate, the turning of the page. And so this kind of stuff does kind of hit. I think that's part of what it is, too. But for me, it is just that, once again, this is happening. It's chaotic, and it's happening just so far out in the open, but not in a transparent way, but just that we're all looking, we've been watching as we've blamed the fentanyl crisis on these these fishermen and these fishing boats, or whatever the hell they were. They weren't taking fentanyl into our country, but we were destroying these people. We've been watching that play out. We watched as Trump said on the election campaign trail, like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to take Venezuela and take their oil." We've got that going as well. We've watched that happen. We have the Epstein files, both the tragedy of the victims and the debacle of this, the files being released, not released, all the things going on with that, and it's a circus, and it becomes almost comical despite being very real. And we're watching all this play out, and it's a lather, rinse, repeat for all of it, not just for this administration, but for even our own country, because sometimes can get you down. It's sometimes the system itself that is what we are all complaining about, and that can get kind of murky too. That you can find yourself potentially allied with people you wouldn't normally be when we're all fighting the system. And I think that's what's going on with me today. Is just that there's nothing this white man in a beanie on a podcast is going to say, and there's probably not a lot of other white men with beanies on podcasts that are going to add anything smart to the conversation. It is a big, complicated, dangerous mess. And then once again, have folks in my life that have voted three times for this administration. And the last time, in large part, because, well, I don't believe in wars. And this man's going to stop the wars. Trump gave himself credit for stopping 8.5 wars or something today. And it's a clown show, and it's comical, but it's tragic. It's dangerous. And as I said, it's chaotic. And it was a little hard to function today. I was glued to the news, watching coverage live as Maduro and his wife landed in New York. And again, no one needs to explain what that monster has done in that country and what the drug trade has done in that country. I get it, right? Get it. We all get it. But this is just another chapter in our history as a country, which should trouble you enough, but also just the chaos and the suffering and the pain of the world. And here we are again. New year, new war. And we all have to sit there. And even though there's no direct threat at this point, I'm safe in Burbank, California. I'm safe over here. But that doesn't mean we aren't all affected and just aren't all at, a state of unease. So if you have any thoughts on it, happy to talk about it today. We can get to the silly stuff. In fact, I'd love for you all to have some questions of New Year's. What are your New Year's resolutions? What do you want to accomplish this year? James Holmes can ask me, what would happen if I fought a drunk Santa Claus with a rake? We're all going to absolutely have our silliness today because I think, once again, we all need it. I didn't buy this buzzball to have it be wasted. But it's hanging over my head today. It's probably hanging over your head today as well. And if you're in my audience now, you're plugged in enough that this is concerning. You're plugged in enough that this is something that can't just be, oh, here we go again, even though it feels like that. So, Andrew Cook quoting Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm reminded of a bowl of petunias. Oh, no, not again. Not again. So there you go. All right, so there you go. That's it. Not necessarily done talking about it. If you want to talk about it tonight, producer Steve will come on maybe a little bit later. We'll talk about it as well. But it's silly Saturdays adjacent here today. So let's get to a call. I want to see where we're going with this. I don't even know if he has a shirt on, which is weird because I'm layered with a beanie. But Jared the Type Pilot is here today. Jared, how are you doing? I'm glad to have you here, my friend.
I'm doing okay, Ken. How you been? You have a nice quiet New Year?
I had a wonderfully quiet New Year. I did go out for about 90 minutes. I got a little stir crazy. And Mark Ellis and I got an invite to a little gathering, and it was little. It was literally less than 8 people. And so we swung by, and then we left early, and I was home safe by 11:40, and it was a good, comfortable New Year's. You?
Oh, I was home all night. It was quite lovely. Played video games, had A New Hope on in the background, timed just right for the Death Star in midnight. So
you did that. I saw that in the Blathering Discord. You all can join by becoming a Patreon member. Did I just snuck that cell in there? Didn't I? You actually did that.
Yeah. Every year I try to pick a different movie to do it. A few repeats here and there, obviously, with Star Wars and Lord of the Rings get repeated. and whatnot. But yeah, no, I usually try to pick a fun moment in a movie because I can't stand watching people on TV just waiting 5 hours for 10 seconds.
I I love that, and I don't know why. And I think with each passing year, maybe it's since and I honestly got nothing against Seacrest. I'm not an anti-Seacrest guy. Just he is what he is. But once Dick Clark passed had passed that on, I think I was less interested. But I understand where you're coming from, Jared. But I'm just drawn to if I don't see that ball drop at one point, if I don't see that ball drop, it doesn't count. I don't know what it is.
I mean, hey, to each their own with that one. I've never been like, I've enjoyed a good New Year, but it's like the ball part is whatever. And the absolute nut jobs that have to stand in Times Square. Like,
wearing, as old Hansel points out, one of the great bass players of our time, I can't stand watching people wearing goofy purple Planet Fitness hats. This year, the sponsorship just being so out in the open was also and have you ever? I'm gonna guess you haven't done the Times Square thing. I haven't, right? You haven't.
Oh, no, I have zero desire to be in Times Square for New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
I did have a buddy and his wife do it one year. Mm-hmm. They're like, it was like that. We're semi happy we did it. It happened,
I have a friend like a coworker that did it, and like I could like it's a historic thing, right? I get it. It's tradition, and you could be captured forever on video and be part of our own history. Here's a clip from 1978. I saw that, but then he explained you can't leave, and you'll have to like pee in your pants type of thing, and I'm like, there's nothing's worth that. I don't wait in In-N-Out lines. You want me to wait here? I don't know.
I love you, Ken. No, the only place I've ever thought in my life, and it's one of those money is no option kind of, or whatever, is the that little island that gets New Year's technically first on the planet.
First one.
Yeah.
Yes. We all should. That should be the biggest BlatherCon ever. We'll work our way to that BlatherCon. We'll have it. I don't know. Someone post the name of that island. That would be good. Laserbolt says our town's ball drops happen 2 blocks away from our house. I always feel like I'm right in the middle of it all. Yeah, that's good. See, I like I like kind of getting in the vibe. Like I could feel it. If it was easy and you just showed up, maybe I would want to do that. But going back to you putting movies on and for something to happen at the stroke of midnight, giggity. What are some of the wilder or weirder, more obtuse choices that you've done? Like you said, Star Wars, Death Star, that's great. When Harry met Sally, you can time it to his, final speech, Billy Crystal's final speech. What's some of the weirder choices?
I've done the original Friday the 13th when Betsy Palmer gets her head cut off at the end of the movie.
Okay. Happy New Year. Shink.
Yep,
okay.
That's been one of them. Lordy.
And if anyone in chat has done this too, I'd love to know, because I get it. You build to a big thing, you know what I mean? You build to a thing, but it's choosing the thing. Spoilers. Yeah. Spoilers, says Laserbolt.
No, okay. I can't think of too many because I've done all 6 of the original and prequels for Star Wars. I haven't done any of the sequels yet, but I've picked a moment in all 6 of those, and whatnot, and then one for each Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Ethan Svetnik says Aragorn gets crowned as the king. That was 1 year at his house. Channel 19 says Avengers Endgame for 2019. I love that. I love that. It's like the Pink Floyd album and The Wizard of Oz. It's those kind of fascinating things. But it's easier with the movies. Jared, that's great. So you had a good New Year's. Your New Year's started. The news of the world be damned. Are you still on course for a great year?
I mean, a similar year, I guess.
A similar year.
I mean, the band has more shows booked already, so that's always fun. Playing music.
That's wonderful. Look at you. Look at you.
The liquor sales continue.
But not on Sundays and not after like evenings at 5:00 on Tuesdays, right?
No. We sell 7 days a week. It's just those 5 weird days of the year.
Okay.
I don't get it, man. Puritans.
I know. I've got to pull back. There's so many people in my life who are sober by choice, and I know you as well. I so respect it. I really, I want to be serious. I so get it, respect it if it's the right choice for you. I just, it's not the right choice for me. And I don't need it pushed over onto me. and that includes liquor stores.
No, you are absolutely right. I mean, I like to joke with my customers because it's the truth. I mean, I am a liquor manager who doesn't drink or drinks extremely rarely.
But that's good, right? A drug dealer does not test his own drugs, right? I wouldn't know.
Yeah, can't use your own product, man. That's just wasting money.
Maybe that's what was going on in Venezuela. I don't know. We'll let our leader, who definitely always tells the truth, explain that. Jared, thanks for calling in and get us kicked off today. Kicked off? Yeah, kicked off like a football game, not kicked off like band. I appreciate it. Any final thoughts, any question that I didn't let you get to?
No. Let's have a nice, quiet Saturday. The world is burning, so, you know, everything's fine. We're fine. How are you?
We're fine. We're here. I'm okay. Today was also the day where I started mapping out my bills for the month. I keep track of it, and it was like, let me move. I had to start a new 2026 Google sheet, and there's a little that feeling hits it where you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this one. Like that's kind of how I felt today, but I'm okay.
I feel you. All right, brother. All right, buddy. Stay safe.
All right, you got it. Thank you. We got a call from Ethan here in a second. Laservault says, I don't like the laws, but I've also never needed to drink before noon on Sunday. I don't disagree with that, actually. Other than an airport. The only time I wanted one early on a Sunday, I had flown in and I was at a layover in the Atlanta airport when I got told I can't have a drink. That was the only time. So I don't think you're wrong. And what's a good what are the good breakfast drinks? Orange juice or whatever. I don't like that. It's too sweet. Bloody Mary's a good breakfast one. But I think I'd just do a rum and diet. Oh, Brady coming in with a big super chat. That's it. What a year, huh? It's the 3rd of January. Yeah, we're already here. Let's go ahead and bring in this scoundrel working late on a Saturday. Producer Steve, happy to have you here today.
Thank you for having me as always. Happy Saturday. Yeah, Ken, I didn't really catch the beginning of the show, but I sent you an email. I got offered a really good deal on a timeshare in Venezuela, so I think we should hop on that. I haven't, like I said, I didn't catch the beginning of the show, so I don't know what you guys talked about, but it's cheap as shit, dude. I don't know what happened, but I think we should
you haven't, your ground news subscription probably lapsed and you haven't had a chance to check
I got rid of Washington Post after the first of the year because, they're icky now too. So
I did address it at the top of the show and spoke as everyone just heard, but spoke on the depressing nature of here we go again, which is not just for this administration but just even our own history. So it's that, but now it's just kind of gallows humor to work through the unease. You know what I mean? To work through this is what the 36th anniversary of Noriega, which I was alive for that. Like one of my early memories was us striking Gaddafi. You know what I mean? So this is just another chapter in our complicated and dark history, but it doesn't mean it's less less concerning.
Trump had the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever by just waiting 3 more days to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Celebrate the anniversary.
Yeah. Humor. Yeah. It's just bastards. But anyway. So I do have a top 5 for us at some point today for top five heads of state captured during times of war.
Love this. We'll come back to that here. We'll do that in a little bit. I'm going to take a call from Ethan.
One of these.
Oh yeah. So okay, cool. Yeah, we're doing that. I love that we synced up. We got the same one here.
I know. Yeah, isn't that great?
I love that. It's the best. All right. It's the best one. Also, I won Powerball twice this week. I'm gonna put this all to you, Steve, and everyone in the chat here, and everyone watching live. I won Powerball twice. I won $8 off a $10 ticket, and I won $4 off a $10 ticket. So I'm in the hole, but not as bad as I would have been. And I always lose these things. And I don't play often. Every once in a while, if I got a 10 spot, and it's burning a hole in my pocket, and I want to dream about making it rich, I'll play. But I really don't do it a lot. But I won. And then when I went to cash out, the guy's like, "You want to play again?" I was like, "Double or nothing. Yeah, that sounds great." Then I won the $4. Is that where I stop, or should I just pull out the cash to really just because I'm on a winning streak? What do you think?
No, don't be a quitter. You ever seen that meme, Ken, where there's the guy like he's underground and he's digging, and there's like he's like half an inch away from like nothing but diamonds, and then he turns around. Those are people who quit gambling, Ken.
Right. Usually, Jared says F the lotto. Yeah, usually that meme is used to describe like, don't give up on your dreams, chase your career. But like, yeah, there's a house I'm eyeing. It's right next to Frank Sinatra's house, a house that he lived in, and it's for sale for like $8 million. And I'm like, we could do this. I'm manifesting this. It's right on the lake in LA here. Yes, LA has a couple lakes. And I keep going to Zillow when I'm alone at night. Steve, when you're in bed and alone and you're like, I don't want to watch that video, but I'm gonna, and you pull out your phone, you go to Zillow. That's what I was doing. And it's still for sale. So I might have to play the Powerball to make this happen.
See, I'm just now learning that the Powerball has, like you can win $4 on the Powerball. I thought the Powerball was like a $10 piece of paper and you either became a billionaire or you didn't get anything. So
I never want to. I don't think I'll ever win the billions or the millions. I want to win the $17,000 like 10th prize one that goes out. That would change my life.
Yeah. That's such a good way to think about it. Everyone's going in there thinking I'm going to win 10 billion, but you know what? No, I'll be the guy. Like I'm good with a cool million. Like I don't need all of that. Just give me. Yeah. That's an amazing way to think about. I'm learning so much today.
And Tully's right. Let's put this question to Polymarket. Let's do that. Everyone else is putting Kalshi. Everyone else is putting money on will Venezuela's president be ousted and the next day making 400,000. Like,
damn it, you stole one of my headlines.
What? It was fake headlines for Monday?
That was gonna riff on that somehow. Damn you.
Well. Look, I think we might have guests doing it Monday. So. Okay. I don't think they're watching now. No one watches my show other than the audience that follows me, which, by the way, I appreciate. I never want to sound like I'm bad. In fact, the video hopefully is going to go up soon on my Patreon page. Last night, you ready for this glamorous life I live, Steve? Last night at 11 o'clock at night, I went up on stage to close the show with 4 audience members in it. 4 audience members. And I had a great time. I killed. I didn't do one joke. We all had a wonderful time. So, as I always say, invest in the people that show up for you. That's a life lesson.
Hell yeah. I love to hear it. I mean, not the 4 people part, but the enjoying part.
Yeah, it is. Mike Fink's here. Mike Fink says, popped in the Lucasfilm lobby yesterday, and SF was a good way to start the year. I hope security was okay with that there. Just popping in there. I'd love to get up there. Yeah. Kingsport Cal says, yeah, we watch your show and give you money and you send me stickers. Kingsport Cal sent me stickers, Steve. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're all here. I'm invested in you. It's just we need more people here too. How do we get more people here? Is the question.
That was sent to like a PO box, right? Like you haven't given Cal your actual address, right? That's dangerous.
Yeah. It's dangerously close.
Okay.
I should be concerned.
I mean, and the other thing was, do you think, does it look like that, like the post service like tampered with that letter at all? That definitely got through. That thing went through like some kind of custom state. That was opened like 3 or 4 times on the way to make sure. I think so.
Yeah. I think you might be right. Because also, again, he puts his name, Calvin, and then it just says East, Tennessee. East, TN. No return address. Yeah. This is suspicious. This is suspicious. And just some random things inside. They probably scanned it. And they're like, I don't know. Who needs a Stardust coffee sticker? There's something going on here. Some coded
when
language.
TSA checks your bag and they leave the little flyer in your suitcase. Like, oh, hey, by the way, we went through your shit. Hope you're not missing anything.
Hope not. Let's take a call from Ethan. He wants to talk about TV finales and whatever he wants to as well. Hey, Ethan. Svetnik, thanks for calling in, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, pretty good Saturday.
Good. Now, is it? How's the? I hate to sound like an old man. How's the weather where you're at? Oh, Ethan dropped something. I'm looking
Yes,
on camera.
I did. No, so sorry. The cord got caught on my foot, and it pulled the microphone and everything right out of
I've
the
done
jack.
that.
So here we are.
I have done that.
So no, obviously there was a big TV finale this week with Stranger Things. I don't want to talk about that specifically because one,
No spoilers.
I have a feeling you probably haven't watched it. Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I always need to point out I have not missed an episode of Stranger Things until this season. I was a fan of season one. I enjoyed every other season. It took so long. I think I forgot I watched it, and I don't remember what's in it. I also feel a little weird about being a fan of David Harbour now, so I don't know what to do with that. So there you go.
Yeah. But anyway, so like I said, it was kind of a big one. It got me thinking about just TV finales in general. And I was wondering if you have a favorite TV finale or one that you were kind of disappointed by, or, is there a finale that maybe you watched and were like, I don't really like the finale, and then it grew on you later?
Seinfeld. Seinfeld was I was part of the what? And now I'm like, that's perfection. Then I also think the Curb Your Enthusiasm one, which riffed off that, was even more perfection. Love that. I think my favorite one will actually probably be Cheers, which is a different breed than, say, Game of Thrones. And I, as you all know, love Game of Thrones Season 8. Actually do love the finale. But also, I have talked about this in other spots. I want people smarter than me to figure out the psychology of things ending and how it affects people. And there's a reason that a lot of endings seem unsatisfactory when I don't think they are technically as much as people want to say, because I think there's some kind of connection to the journey. You mentioned Return of the King. I was in the theater, like a lot of people in that year, 03?
Yeah.
Where people were laughing and mocking the ending in the theater I was in.
Right.
And there's this kind of weird, like, I think we go on the journey. The journey is always more satisfying than the ending in life, sometimes even. And that, so this is a fascinating thing. I don't have the intelligence to explain it. I just, it's always the case. But the Cheers one for me strikes this perfect emotional chord, and it's funny and it's heartfelt all the way through.
Yeah. No, I think you're completely right about the journey versus the ending thing. I'm seeing so many people online with this Stranger Things one ending, just pointing out all of these small little nitpicky things and saying that it was terrible just over that. And I'm like, I don't really understand that at all. Maybe it's because I've been listening to a certain Star Wars podcast for a long time, and there's a philosophy there that kind of is like, well, look a little deeper than that. But I just don't get things like that. I honestly, so a finale that I really love and I loved at the time was Lost.
I never watched Lost, but okay.
It's one that is very controversial. And it's mostly because honestly, people just didn't pay attention and didn't get it. But I feel like that was like a cultural thing at the time where it was one of those mystery box shows where every week, you've got people like, really digging in, trying to find all these clues, trying to find all this, all of these things, with
totally,
all of that kind of stuff. And then when they didn't answer like the most minute question, like where'd the polar bears come from? Like everybody's like, well, it was terrible.
Yeah. And look, sometimes these things don't work. And Steve, I don't know if do you have a favorite finale? Some people in chat are saying MASH. I was alive for the MASH one. I don't have too much knowledge of that. Breaking Bad. Steve, do you have a favorite finale before I pull you into this conversation?
Will McClane mentioned one of mine that I really liked, which was The Wire. But to mention one that hasn't been brought up yet, The Americans. That's one of my favorite shows of all time, and I loved the way that it ended. So great show if you haven't seen that.
All happy. They drove off into the sunset waving, smiling.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. The Russian spies were the good guys. Everyone went home happy. It was all good. Reagan saved America. Everything was perfect.
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
Just like it happened in real life. Yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect. Yeah.
Jared brings up Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec was beautiful. I really enjoyed that ending too.
What constitutes? This is a complicated, layered question, Ethan. I know. What constitutes a satisfying finale for you? What are you looking for?
Mostly, I want to feel closure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, like it's fine to have, some things open-ended or some things not answered.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want is to feel like the characters themselves have come to an end.
Yeah.
Of the, like I saw it. I can't remember where I saw it or or whatever. It's probably just some random person on Instagram, but like the idea that the show that we're watching is just a small amount of time in a person's life, and that part of their life is over, and that just happens to be the point that we're watching, and then it's going to keep going on. I want to feel like this is over, but like that. I don't know. Does that make sense?
That's why I like the Cheers finale. That's why the Cheers finale is my favorite, because it brings everything to a close. The Sam and Diane stuff, I think, is some of it's like my favorite little heartbreaking TV stuff. They're in their final season, but then they have the great "we're closed" moment. But that Sam opens for business tomorrow. And it all goes on. And Frasier moves to Seattle and works in radio. But there's that. And so it goes on in a way that I'm happy knowing that it goes on, but I witnessed this chapter of all their lives. So I think that works. Little heartstrings. I think you got to tug some heartstrings. Yeah. Which is maybe why the Seinfeld one, even though Seinfeld, the show, never promised that heartstrings would be tugged. I think that's why in the end, looking back, it was perfect. But at the time, I did not think it was, because I don't know. I think also this has a lot to do with expectations. I think it absolutely, which is of course is a big Force Center thing of why we got speculative response. Will McLean says closure to characters, satisfied ending for them if we never see these characters again. Another one I really love. I don't know if it counts as a finale. I mean, it does. Is the Office Christmas special UK? That wrapped up everything. It'll wonderful. I occasionally I'll do a rewatch of The Office UK, which isn't much of a commitment. It's 6 or 7 episodes for 2 series, but I'll watch that holiday one. It gets me all the time. Love that. All right.
Yeah. How I Met Your Mother was another one that was controversial at the time, and at the time I didn't totally love it, but after a while, watching it all through and everything again, a couple years later, I came to really like it a lot.
Steve, you're nodding. I've never seen a second of this show. I know it, of course. No. I know what it is, but Steve.
No, I respectfully disagree with Ethan. I was going to mention that's on my bad list. If we were going to go down
let's go down bad list.
Let's go down a bad list, Steve. Let's go down a bad list.
How I Met Your Mother was down my bad list just because I wasn't Team Robin for that whole thing, for people who've watched the show. But that was that was the show that I binged in college with all the buddies, and we 12 people in a living room and would watch that show kind of thing.
Steve, I have wedding pictures of me wearing a ducky tie. Like we were, we got married in 2013.
You're in,
which was we were in it.
You're in,
yeah.
So I totally get that.
Yeah, I don't have any bad ones that pop to mind.
Really?
Because I watch things a little differently, but number one, so I'm going to be able to process things a little bit better now than I would when I was younger. But also, I think I just don't remember them. You know what I mean?
And it doesn't mean that the show did a bad job. It's just more of just like your feeling at the end of it wasn't satisfied, or you're sad that it's over, kind of a thing. I don't think it necessarily means like it was bad. With How I Met Your Mother, I think it was just in my opinion, I thought the way that they handled the story was poor. But hey, you do. Yeah. But
Dinosaurs on ABC might have been the all-time best one, because they're all going to die, freeze them. But
I mean, Airbud, the Airbud series, that's rough. You know, that let's be honest, he's only got about 10 years if he's lucky. That's,
Ingvia said Fringe and Jericho. I'd never seen those shows.
My wife watched Fringe.
I didn't see those.
I didn't get into it
either.
though.
Didn't see those either.
Blackadder says Channel 19 is, I guess, in terms you don't like it, David. I almost had one. Oh gosh, it was right there. What was it?
For me, okay, True Blood. Yeah. I loved True Blood early on, and then it absolutely just like got crazy, like wild. True Blood for me was like the perfect man. Sundays, HBO Sundays used to be so much fun with like Game of Thrones, True Blood. Yeah. Entourage. There was so much just like get a whole group of people, sit in a living room, watch TV. You go from crazy to fun to sex to Hollywood to dragons. It was just all it was it was a hell of a 2 hours.
Challenge that was good. We watched this. Is the Blackadder one where is it the World War One? Which one? I'm trying to put that in my
Atkinson. Right.
Yeah, it's Rowan Atkinson. Yeah, right. Well, Will McLean says Westworld felt incomplete, but they didn't get to finish it. I do. So I'm a big Arrested Development fan. But that final, the bringing it, even the third season in its initial run was slightly unsatisfying. But there were so many things behind it with the network effing with them. Right. But the return wasn't. It was not my favorite. I'm
not a big fan of the Netflix seasons. I like 1 through 3, but
I like the recut version a little bit. But it was just they maybe should, if you couldn't get everyone on the set together, like maybe shouldn't do it. David says Channel 19 says it was the World War I season, which I've seen that. And then the Battlestar Galactica early 2000s, mid 2000s one. That final season wasn't my favorite, but again, just knowing some of the problems they had just even to get it made, it was kind of a victory that they had, and it had anything at all, and they had to speed things up. I think what I didn't love about that is, spoiler, I guess, but some of the characters are revealed to be not who you thought they were, and that just kind of, for that show, I'm not saying that it goes to other things, but for that show, felt a little bit of I felt a little cheated. I maybe go back to the other episodes and go, well, now I can't believe those moments anymore, and it kind of messed with me a little bit. All right.
Speaking HBO, I never watched The Sopranos. I'm assuming you guys probably did. How did you? I know
I've never seen Sopranos.
Okay, so I'm not
Steve?
the one then. Steve, did you like The Sopranos finale?
Yeah, I did actually. I enjoyed you guys gotta watch The Sopranos. That's great. I don't think it holds up as well as The Wire does, which is weird because the first season of The Wire you gotta get through it. I don't know, just all like the cultural references in Sopranos or so. Anyway, but no, I thought the ending was okay. Like it was. I didn't think good things were going to happen to Tony, so the fact that they left it the way it did was like, okay, well,
okay.
They wanted us to talk about it. I get it.
Jared hates it with all of his life. He's going to start drinking again. It's so bad. Don't stop, believe it. For
me to watch it, honestly.
Yeah, the big reason I couldn't watch Sopranos is I couldn't afford HBO at the time. I was living on my own, man. It was early 2000s. We didn't have that. My roommates and I didn't have that.
I watched The Sopranos way too young. That was me and my dad living together. My dad was single, and he didn't really know what else to do, so he thought that was bonding, was him and his son. That was way too young to be watching The Sopranos, and he was explaining what it made. I very specifically remember my dad turning over and like looking at me and explaining to me what it meant to be a made man. And then feeling like, oh shit, this is like real life adult stuff now. I'm like an adult now. Yeah, it was kind of scary.
You're in. Ethan, great topic starter. I appreciate you, buddy. Happy New Year. Glad you had a nice New Year with the family, and all that good stuff.
Yep, you too. Happy New Year, boys.
All right, thank you, Ethan Golden. Tully says, are people afraid to mention Game of Thrones again? No, no. David Mackay's here. If he didn't like it, he'd say he didn't like it. I like it. I really like it. In terms of just the final episode, not even talking about the final season, I do. It's probably like my least favorite episode of that season, but I like the big ending. I like what happens with Dany. I like Drogon and the crown, the throne being melted. I love all of that. the ending with the everyone meeting, I actually think kind of funny and quirky in a way, but maybe it needed something bigger than that. And I love John going north of the wall. That is one of my favorite things that the show did, was him going, F this shit. This is not where I belong. So David says he didn't mind it.
Yeah, the way the season led up to it, because I'm going to give you my 20 seconds on this, because I don't think I've ever talked about Game of Thrones ever on the internet, but I'm with you in that I enjoyed the story beats leading up to that moment. It just felt like there was a lot to do in those 6 episodes or whatever it was, and I just wanted more like meat on the bone kind of a thing. But I loved the way there were like all these little open-ended threads, the way everyone kind of went their own way. I was like, oh, there's a story there, there's a story here, there's a story there. That I love that, especially because when you close the door on something, it's like when you watch Return of the Jedi for the very first time as a kid before anything else came out, right? Like you can imagine what the characters are doing out, because they leave it somewhat open-ended for them to kind of have their own adventures kind of thing. That I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah, no, I think, again, season 7's my least favorite of the seasons, but even rewatching it with Jared and I, we'll get back to that this week, but seeing some of the characters, some of the pieces being put on the board in that season for the 8th season, I'm like, okay, yeah, they got to where they needed to go. But I do agree, it's like the books. It's like the books themselves. Like George can't end the series. George has no idea how to end the series. There's too many things. You created this robust world in which every corner has a story, and now you have to land the plane. It's
with
a
just shorter amount of time
task
to do it too. Especially we went from 10 episodes to so it's just like that. I think that was a whole big part of it. But
and then Bad Batch talking a little Star Wars. We don't normally talk Star Wars here, but the Bad Batch finale, Elizabeth, I agree with that. And then in all caps, Brady says, wait, Rebels finale. Yeah, I think those absolutely are home runs, and I'm glad you all brought that up. We don't like talking Star Wars here, but I like that. Shout out to Sean checking in with his wonderful beard, saying, wishing everyone a wonderful 2026. Much love and happiness in the new year. I am very grateful to be part of such a quirky and compassionate community. All the best, Blathers. Very generous super chat. Happy New Year to you, Sean and House McCabe. I hope you, your brother, everyone are doing good this year. And I appreciate that as well. Yeah, we are a quirky bunch. We're quirky. Quirky, Steve.
Fun and quirky.
All right. Will McLean says Squid Game finale was okay. I've never watched Squid Game, which is not surprising that I haven't watched something. But I've never watched it because I'm like, I'm living it, baby. We're all doing that. We're all doing that, right? So
it's a little too real.
A little too real. A little too real. All right. So I just, for those of the audio listeners, I apologize. We're going to get to our top 5 list, Steve, and then you and I drink Buzzballs. So I'm wearing for the video list, I'm wearing this sensible little mauve hoodie. I don't know. It's like a purplish wine hoodie. Has this ever happened to you? So I've only been to Walmart once in the last 7 years, and on this was like a month ago, and I got this because I needed a kind of new hoodie. And I went somewhere today to do an errand, and the person helping me had on the wame hoodie, and we both were like, "Wait, hey, you Spider-Man thing. Has that ever happened to you?" I felt oddly embarrassed.
Not kind of actually with a free shirt. Like I was in a grocery store once, and I was like in the produce area, and I had a shirt from like a title company or something that was like given out like a convention kind of a thing. But I always held on to it because it was like really soft, and like whatever material they used to like print these shirts that they gave out for free was just like super nice. It was like not like Under Armour material, but like that between that and cotton.
Yeah.
So
I like
it
that.
Just and it felt real. It was like snug and kind of made me feel like that. Like my man boobs were more peck shaped, so I just felt really confident in it. And so I was sitting. I remember I was like picking up like potatoes or something at the grocery store, and some guy walked by me wearing the exact same shirt while I was wearing it. We just kind of looked at each other like, "Hey." And then just that was it. Moved on.
It's just it makes sense. It's a big box store and it's cheap. I think this was like $11.99. But like Target, if we all had the red Millennium Falcon shirt from Target for years because that was like on sale in 2009 and we all bought it. I get that, but it was just kind of weird to be like, wait a minute, does yours have a little gray? It does. Oh God, we are the same. We are the same. We're the same. Kyle Harlow's here, says Julie Louis Dreyfus on David Letterman's last late show. Thanks for letting me participate in another disappointing series finale. The one thing I love about the Seinfeld finale is that it being disappointing became like a running joke for them in the cast. Like they're not afraid to kind of take jabs at it, which is why I love the final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is all about the finale for Seinfeld, and Larry does a great job playing with that there. Jared says, I still have that shirt. Yeah, I don't have it anymore, but a lot of us have that red Millennium Falcon Target shirt, and that's okay. All right, so Steve, in honor of the news headlines today that are disturbing and troubling and concerning, but it's also part of our history, you've got a top 5 list inspired. What do we got?
All right, so yes, in light of current events, I wanted to bring some silly to silly Saturday. So I came up with our top 5 list, and if you have like if you have a horn or like a badood or like any kind of like fun sound there on the board, I'll explain this for a minute while you look. Amazing! I just need something to go off of. That's perfect.
Okay.
I have the top five heads of state captured during times of war. Okay. These are ranked by funniness / irony / shittiness of world affairs. You just roll with me. We're trying to have fun with shitty stuff. So are you ready for this? All right. So our first, this is OLI. For those who don't listen to sports radio, OLI is outside looking in. So this is the first one. Also, are we doing buzz balls before or after this? Do we want to do buzz balls like as
Let's
we
do it
this,
after?
This?
Yeah.
After.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Tell about, so anyone in the audience, give us a prompt for something for Steve and I to do upon completion of one of these buzz balls. I only got one today.
Same.
So that we can do something so it becomes silly. All right. Okay. Sorry, I stepped on you. Go for it.
You're good. No, you're good. So OLI is outside looking in. So this isn't officially in the top 5, but I did want to give a shout out to Bat Boy capturing Saddam Hussein in the invasion of Iraq in 2003. Worth mentioning. Worth mentioning. All right, here we go. Number 5. This is Louis XVI of France in 1792. Solidified the French Revolution. This was the big coming out party for the guillotine. I mean, this guy was captured by his people, axed, and France had about 100 years of civil strife afterwards, deciding if they were a republic or if they were a monarchy. And we went through, France appears on this list multiple times. Let's put it that way. There we go. All right. Speaking of France, number 4, John II of France, way back in 1356. This was during the 100 Years' War, Ken. He was captured by English soldiers. He was taken to London as a hostage. France paid a ransom to have old King John returned. France could no longer pay the ransom payments. They defaulted on their loan for the ransom. John voluntarily returned to England back into captivity and is, as far as I know, the only king to be being imprisoned twice, one of which time was voluntary.
That's a great one.
Anyway, I don't know. France is not looking good in this list, and they're not done yet.
Not.
Number 3, Atahualpa from the Incan Empire in 1532. This was a kingdom of hundreds of thousands of people, and they were conquered by 168 Spaniards, and their king was captured forcibly. Again, by 168 Spaniards against thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Yeah, not a good look. Not a good look. Number 2, one of the most famous Nepo babies in the 19th century, Napoleon III of France in 1870. This was not Napoleon's grandson, but he was Napoleon was his great-grandfather or his great-uncle or something like that. He lost the Battle of Sedan, Ken. Can you imagine losing the Battle of Sedan? You don't lose the Battle of, a cool sounding car or like a sedan. That's like the Battle of the Ford Taurus or the Dodge Intrepid.
Compact.
You know what I mean? That's not good. So yeah, France woke up. They went to bed with an empire, woke up with the Third Republic in 1870. So that is France's third and final appearance on our list. And number 1, Ken, our number 1 head of state captured during a time of war was Emperor Valerian from Rome in 260 AD. He was captured by the Persian ruler Shapur I. He's the only Roman emperor ever taken prisoner by a foreign enemy, Ken, and he was allegedly used as a human footstool when Shapur mounted his horse.
I'm warning you with peace and love, but I have too much to do.
Wow. Was he alive when he was the footstool?
Yes. Yes, he was alive. Yes. I wondered that as well. I wondered did they just put him in a suitcase and carry him around and then like unfold him and everything? No, yeah, he was alive.
That's owning your enemy. We're gonna kill you. We're gonna grind you down and repurpose you as a footstool when I mount my elephants. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Great list.
Top 5 heads of state captured during time of war, in honor of today's recent events.
There you go. We have another outside looking in from Brady says, honorable men, Chiang Kai-shek being kidnapped by his own party to force him to actually fight back against Imperial Japan. I love that Brady had that one already written on a 3x5 card today. He was just waiting to share that information today, and he
pulled that right out of the file. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Roger does bring a good point. We don't count Palpatine or Revenge of the Sith, which there's. Well, I guess the second one wasn't successful.
Roger, that's the joke. Is he's still in power right now, Ken? That's the bit. You know, he's Palpatine. You know, we're all living the life. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry.
Lovely, wonderful list. Andrew Cook would add King Charles I during the English Civil War. It's a great list. We could do a top 10. It'll happen again when we go down to Cuba. Cuba.
That's right. Exactly.
Cuba.
Mexico too.
Yeah.
So
why stop? Why stop with Venezuela? Greenland. We're going to take Greenland now. We're going to send some Chinooks up there with some soldiers and put them in the harm's way to get what we want from all the countries. If only some other country was like, "Hey, we need to enact some regime change." Say it carefully on the internet.
Yeah, I was going to say.
YouTube might report me for being a dissident.
J.D. Vance is going to knock on your door.
I'd love it. Come on down. Come on down, cheeks. Bring them cheeks and that beard down here. I want to talk about your wife. All right. Good stuff. Steve. So we're going to do this. And what are the suggestions here? For you and I we reached the super chat goal. So we're going to do post balls, more social tests, says Jared. So,
yeah, like like when I gave you the cognitive test. Is that what he means?
Well, we were talking. I think Jared called in with the. Jared, do you have a couple more? Give me a thumbs up. I'll bring Jared back on. Okay, he does.
What you guys are talking about.
So, Jared, welcome back to the show. What was the first one we did? The
Steve, we had talked about this on your gaming stream. The litmus test, like the shopping cart test.
Oh, yes.
That stuff.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So, and the first one, for context, was Jared, who works in retail, said it's a litmus test of a person's soul, how good they are, how their morals are. If while getting purchasing some items that, say for me, like a 7-Eleven, do you make sure they're close enough to the clerk so that they don't have to reach far? And proud to say, when I got this buzzball, Jared, I actually had put it a little short, and then I made sure I gave a big push. And am I a hero? Yeah, I'm a hero.
Like all in. Ken was like all in at the poker table, just kind of two-handed. Oh, let me get that for you.
You know what I did? I felt like I was in Casino Royale, opposite Mads and Daniel Craig. I feel like I was pushing in, and then someone was going to order and drink, and I was like, "Oh, I'll have one too. I'll keep the fruit." Like it was going to be that. All right, so Jared's got a couple more of these social morality litmus tests, but you and I are going to imbibe this buzzball. Just one today. That's all I got. We'll see what happens. I take a deep breath today.
Well, another social it goes back to when I brought up last time about, if the public trash can is full, stop shoving shit into it. Also, be wary about what you're throwing away, because I have literally had the most random shit be thrown away in our public trash, like an entire carpenter sides bucket of plaster that had hardened because he probably left the cover off the damn thing, was just left inside the trash.
Oh no! I once when I was washing dishes, at a care center, my first job, I found a squished frog between the plate and the tray. Okay, all right.
And one more that I had was, how do you leave the table for your waiter at the end of a meal?
Okay, all right. So is that the big one? So that's the big one. Wait, what was the first one? The trash thing?
Yeah, the trash thing. But just like, You don't need to, like, I've had people throw 2x4s away in my trash. Why? Why?
Yeah.
If
So-
anything, go around back to my dumpster and just throw it in there.
Right. I have a rule I live by. Okay. And occasionally some people in my life have violated this rule, and I've let them have it, maybe in a way that I shouldn't. I do not throw. Now, if I go to a 7-Eleven and I have like a empty can of a beverage or something, or a little wrapper, gas station, yeah, I'll use it. I'm not going to shove it in there like you said. But if I'm out and about, if I'm on a walk, say I got a bag of dog poop, I do not throw it in any other trash can other than a city-approved one or my own. I don't throw anything away in anyone else's trash cans but my own.
Thank
Steve,
you.
what say you?
Thank you. No, I'm in the same boat. I don't want people putting. Here's the thing. Today it's your dog poop. Tomorrow it's your incriminating evidence because you like shot your wife.
Right. Or it's
I
your wife.
don't need that.
Right.
I don't need that in my garbage can. Right.
Yeah.
I don't need I don't need a murder weapon in my garbage. So no, I'm glad society has decided we don't put stuff in other people's garbage cans.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Like there are so many, like, so you guys talked about the whole putting the shopping cart back, right? That was like
Yeah.
where this originated.
We did it,
thing,
yep,
Right.
yep.
Okay. So there are so many little things that are, yeah, I just go, like Jared mentioned some of these too, like when we were on the gaming stream, but like the garbage one is such a, that's such a good one because that really tests, okay, how willing is this person going to go, like if they've decided I'm not going to stuff the garbage can,
Right.
they are now met with another layer of social issue of what do I do now? Do I take the garbage with me? Do I go look out for another garbage? Do I leave it? I've seen people just like, here, I'm just going to gently leave this garbage next to the garbage can as if that is somehow like better or not littering because I'm close to the garbage can, but I'm not in the garbage can, stuff like that. So the things that like make people take that extra step, because the people who take that extra step, those are the good ones, Ken. Those are the ones that hopefully make it through the rapture or the aliens or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah. And Channel 19 is right. If you're going to go around back and shove some wood in Jared's dumpster, at least buy him dinner first.
Goddamn
Giggity.
right.
Giggity.
Jesus.
So this is so there's that. Now the other test, what was your question again? The table, the table with the waiter?
Oh yeah, just how do you leave the table for your wait staff or busboy when you
Steve?
Yes, no. Again, I worked as a waiter, so I get this, right? Like, I'm a sucker when it comes to like feeling bad about all that. So I'm always cleaning stuff up. I'm the guy who like I clean up for my kid like underneath, and I'm like getting wipes and towels to like clean up like chips and whatever the hell else is like underneath like the high chair kind of a thing. And they're always like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just sweep it up." I'm like, "Yeah, but I know you're gonna sweep it up, but like I can't walk away from like a crime scene like this. Like this just looks trashy to me to just like leave a whirlwind of like, you know, it looks like the Tasmanian devil just went through the chips and salsa bowl. I'm not going to just leave that on the floor.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with this. Steve, you and I are of the same mind. Like, in fact, the other day I took myself out to breakfast because I wanted to plan some things for the new year. And I felt, let's change the location. Went to my favorite diner. And, I had a plate for my toast. I had a plate for my omelet and 2 glasses. And I made sure that when I was done, clean plate club, and then I stacked them, and then I put the silverware under so the silverware wouldn't fly off. Crumpled the napkins on top, an indication that I'm done, and then I put the glasses in an easy to reach manner so that the waiter could just come in there and pull it back. And I think that's important. I think that's a sign of a good human, right, Jared?
Yes, no. These are correct answers. Very correct answers. And also somebody who's waited a complete side thing. We don't mind splitting the check, but like pre-warn, ask ahead of time, be polite about it. Just don't, wait till we bring one check, then ask to split it afterwards.
Can I be honest? I got to get better at that. And I used to be better at, hey, I think we're going to split the check. Then I was like, I think it's gotten so normal that people split the checks that I just kind of take it for granted. And you know what, Jared? You've corrected me. I got to get better at this. I got to announce my intentions when I sit down.
It's not like the worst thing, but it is that little just, comfort of life.
Well, because if you didn't indicate and they're bringing up one check and they walk back over to you, you're creating an extra step in their life. And it's not a huge one, but it's what we're talking about here, the common courtesies in a world that's on fire. when we're literally yanking leaders out of bed of countries, let's at least clean the plate, clean the table for the waiters.
Right. Nobody gets paid enough for this shit.
The other thing, so I worked in a couple movie theaters, and I do not leave trash unless I can't avoid it. I do not leave trash in the movie theater. And people will say, because that was I would take that job today. I would take a couple shifts just cleaning movie theaters between showings. It's kind of relaxing. You're by yourself, but people will be like, well, that's what you're here for. No, we're here to clean up what you leave behind. So maybe if you didn't leave it behind, we could turn this theater around faster. We're here to turn the theater around, not clean up for you. And also, quit coming into glasses and napkins and leaving them in movie theaters. That happens far too often, Steve. Far too often.
Uh-oh. Steve's looking guilty.
No, nope. I was just letting that silence sit. I wasn't going
and
going
you know
anywhere.
and not
anywhere with that.
in not what you'd hope. If you're gonna do that, there's I don't want to shame anyone's kink, but
Right.
But please don't do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's
cruel intentions. I get.
The thing is, people need to realize, like, it's 2026. There are cameras in the theater that can see you in the dark very, very clearly. And it's like some 25-year-old watching you in a cold, dark room.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent. Okay, did we pass all your tests?
No. You guys are good about it. It's
okay.
It's the rest of the human species that drives me nuts.
It's just the little things, man. It's just
is.
the little things. Jared, thank you for helping with that. We got a couple calls to get to. Appreciate you.
All right, have a good one, guys. Stay safe again.
That buzzball. I just got to say this, Steve. That buzzball went straight to my urethra.
yeah.
I gotta go.
Are you?
I gotta go.
Do you
I
need to
gotta
go potty?
pee.
Like, is
I
it
think
that
I have to
bad?
go potty. Nah, I think we're gonna be okay.
Okay.
Let's talk to Kingsport Cow. Then we got Mandalorian Jedi calling in. I do believe one of her first, if not her first times calling in. But let's bring King, because I don't want Kingsport Cow to feel like he's always the last caller, and he's always going to complain about it, and he's always going to yell at me, Ken, why am I the last caller? Kingsport Cow, you're on now.
What's up, Ken? I like being last, by the way.
Yeah.
Here goes my buzzball.
You like to delay me. Oh, you drink it. What buzzball you drinking?
It's red.
Oh, it's red. Oh, he's drinking a res one. Oh, he put his hand up as to say,
finger.
I'm guzzling this ball.
That's the watermelon smash. Look at it.
Oh, great
I
choice.
haven't had that
Pretty
one
good,
yet.
pretty good, pretty good. It's
I
red,
think-
as you can see.
All right. So,
But anyway,
Cal,
what?
Cal, explain. I love the stickers. I was very thrilled to get this today at the mailbox. Explain the story. Oh, I missed this Bowie one earlier. Oh, love this.
Yeah, that's some Bowie ones in there. I know your tastes, Ken. I specifically done
you.
that.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Now, Ken, I bought those stickers so I could make this smoke tray that I'm showing you here.
Okay.
This tray is a wooden tray, and it's filled with all the stickers, all the black and white version stickers, bands that I love.
Okay.
And this is my rolling tray for my marijuana. So yes, and
Love
that's what I used to do that. And those were the stickers that were rejected for the sacred rolling tray.
Oh,
But
and then you thought, hey, you know what? Like music and stickers. That asshole I watch on the internet. I appreciate that, Cal.
well, I knew you'd like the ones that I love those. Well, with the exception of the Beatles, which I've explained before.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, and
He sent you
Elvis.
all the white people stickers, Ken. He didn't want to say it. He sent you all the white people.
Well, most
That's
of-
what it is.
Okay. You couldn't have sent me one Boots Riley in the coop.
I didn't get a Boots Riley sticker, but I also use those stickers for my laptop cover.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I put them on top of my laptop and stuff like that. And I understood your reference about trapper keepers and what have you. But yeah, I still love stickers. I use them on everything. I love it. Gives me a sense of personalization. If
Right.
you will.
Now, let me ask you this question here. You're from Tennessee, and you sent me an Elvis one. Is that issued to you at birth?
No, we had a discussion. I don't even know how long ago. Not even a discussion, maybe just a mild conversation about how I disliked Elvis because I think he stole everything from black artists in Memphis. And you was like, well, everybody's done that. Led Zeppelin's done that. That's true. But
Beatles, yeah.
Elvis, yeah, Beatles, of course. But I just don't. I'm not a big Elvis fan. The only Elvis song that I like or ever enjoyed was "Suspicious Minds," and I with a close second being "Blue Christmas" because it's a good song for Christmas.
It's a good song. It's a classic there. Corey, the great comment here. I'm overly conscious of the way I leave all spaces. I've occupied. I've worked in several different service industries and know the difference it can make in someone's day. I think that's a great comment. Yeah, no, and I agree. And look, here's the thing I will say. I think Elvis, at least at one point in his life, was aware of where his influences were, and he did speak up and for them, but it doesn't kind of change the fact that it's a repeating pattern in a lot of pop culture and our culture. So I get you, Cal. And I like that you're from Tennessee, and you're like, I don't have to love Elvis. You have to love Dolly Parton. That's different.
Love Dolly Parton. I do love Dolly Parton is a saint. Dolly Parton is a pillar of Tennessee. Everyone should thrive to be more like Dolly Parton. If you are rich, if you have money, as much philanthropism as she does, it's amazing. She's an amazing person. She's, you know what I mean?
Cal speaking fire.
No, I'm telling you, and she's never. Yeah, she's used her big breasts to spread love throughout the world, and it's insane. It's amazing.
Yeah, Sean McCabe says, God bless Dolly. My first night in Tennessee, I made a reference to Dolly, and I wasn't making fun of Dolly, but I just was like, I made a reference because my girlfriend at the time, we were going to try to go to Dollywood, which unfortunately, I think I've told the story, it got rained out, and I didn't get to go. So I still need to go to Dollywood. And the person that my girlfriend was moving in with, very nice girl, but she got all serious with me because she thought I was making fun. She goes, we don't make fun of her here. Don't do that. And I was like, I'm working 9 to 5. I don't know what you're talking about. And I learned my lesson, Cal. And Dolly is great.
Can we do not make
Boston ass on.
Yeah,
that's what I would. Lisa, no make fun of Dolly Parton.
Well,
Lisa think we could start being friends. That's exactly what happened.
We do not make fun of Dolly Parton here. Dolly Parton is amazing. I'll tell you how much influence Dolly Parton is here. Is that all 15,000 Dollar General stores in my general vicinity before Thanksgiving and Christmas hit in September, they had Dolly Parton merchandise. You could buy Dolly Parton spoons, Dolly Parton pictures, Dolly Parton placemats, everything. They had a big display of Dolly Parton merchandise.
Cal, I don't ask for a lot, okay, in this world. I don't ask for a lot. The next time you're at a spot where there's some Dolly Parton merchandise, can you pick me up an extra large black Dolly Parton t-shirt? I'll pay for it.
They might still have some Dolly Parton stuff on clearance at DG, as I like to call it, Dollar General. But yeah, but
hold on. Where did you think I was going to go, producer Steve? Where did you think I was going to go?
I just without the context, the lead up of those words was just a little worrisome.
If I had stopped that sentence, we'd be in trouble.
Yes,
but I did.
Glad you kept it moving. Thank you.
It kept going. Kept going.
Yeah.
Islands in the stream. That is what you are.
Anyway,
I have a question, Cal, though, because you started this with saying this was like we had a conversation or a discussion previously about Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a hierarchy to these things that at what point are we having a discussion versus a conversation versus a discourse or a chat? Do we need a ranking of conversations here, Cal?
I see where you're going, Steve, but at one point. Heavily before that because I'm off this weekend. But before that, the answer to that question is that one time me and Ken, and I don't even know, it was probably a year or two, maybe even more than that ago, I mentioned something about Elvis and because he was praising Elvis, and I was like, no, Elvis sucks and he stole everything. And Ken came in saying, well, there's a lot of artists that have stolen stuff from musicians throughout the years and da da da. And I was like, yeah. But in my counter argument with that, which I said on that show, was and I don't even know if this is factual or not, but I remember being younger and my mother telling me that at one point Elvis was quoted as saying that the only thing an N word could do for him was shine his shoes.
I
And
don't.
that's it. So
Okay, but
I took that for the rest of my life.
okay. First of all, I'll say this. If Elvis Presley, by the way, it's Presley, it's not Presley. If Elvis Presley said that, and there's proof of that, yeah, I think we could send that to the grave with him. Like that's like a Hulk Hogan thing. Got it. I don't know if he did. I don't know. Can we find this out? Maybe not. Let's meet back in a week, and I'd like to find that out.
Well, I've never researched it, but knowing that what he did do, I've read a little bit about his biography, what have you. And,
He said,
knowing
look,
that,
he's got some skeletons in the closet. He's got some skeletons in the closet.
I'm not trying to shame Elvis Presley. I'm just saying my personal opinion and my experience with Elvis Presley. So and that's what I'm saying. Like I do appreciate that he took Black culture that he's seen and made his own monetary gain and used it to gain wealth and fame. I get it. A lot of artists have done that. We've discussed that before. People have said that before. But this is what happens culturally, fashion-wise, eating-wise, food-wise, everything. Everything is stolen from not just Black culture, but other cultures and exploited to make it seem like it was somebody else's thing.
Cal,
So
there's a 92% chance that if we meet, I'm going to look at what shoes you're wearing. I'm going to go buy them.
I have on Airwalk shoes right now. Remember Airwalk?
I'm going to go buy them.
Anyway, but the discussion and the conversation is very. I don't know. This actually sounds like the same thing. It sounds like synonyms.
Yeah, and Vermont, Vermont Mike is right too. What Elvis at the beginning of his career, might to me be different than the end, where he was a Nixon appointed DEA social agent.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely right. Okay. All right. So can we get back to then? I want Mandalorian Jedi is waiting patiently. This is her first big call to the show, I believe. I think maybe Steve can check the records. We have very detailed records.
Was called before.
Well, I'm a little drunk, so I don't remember. I barely remember Steve's last name right now. Okay, kidding.
Whoa! Hey, don't say anything. Ooh,
I'm not going to say it.
Steve.
I don't
Producer's
want
my
to
first
know
name.
Producer Steve.
is the last name.
I'll figure out his address.
Kingsbrook out. There's two things I want to get out here before you take over the show. I didn't get an answer on the Dolly shirt.
Oh, well. Here's the thing, Ken. I can find you a Dolly shirt. I can leave right now, and within what time is it? 8:49 p.m. here. I can leave right now and have you a Dolly shirt in less than an hour, if I really wanted to.
It's 5:49 in the adult time zone. Okay. Where we live our lives correctly.
No.
So, there's plenty of time to get me the shirt. Okay.
But no, Ken, if you want, when is your birthday? I forgot.
April 19th. But I want to wear one on stage. I want to wear a nice Dolly Parton shirt on stage at a comedy club.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Ken. My next gift that I send you, you don't need to pay me.
I'll pay for it.
How are you going to send me any money, Ken? I don't know how this newfangled technology works. I don't care about that.
What does this Western Union people do, Ken? I don't understand this. How does this shit work?
I remember Western Union. Thank you very much, Steve. I don't know if you do, but anyway, I've used Western Union a lot. Child support bills are not going to pay themselves back then when I had to pay. But anyway, I will send you a Dolly Parton shirt for it. Well, I gotta know. You gotta tell me right now, Ken, what's a good size? Because I don't want to get a wrong size.
I said extra large. I'm a little heavier than I want to be these days. All right, I've been in the gym. I've been concentrating on the abs. Giggity. I've been concentrating on the abs, so I'm shrinking down a little bit. but I'm still an extra large comfortably. All right. During Collider, I was a large, Steve. Okay, put that in your records. During Collider, I got down to almost a medium. I almost was a medium again when I was at Collider.
Medium?
Yeah. I lost a lot of weight. I only ate tuna every day, just out of a can in the back of the Collider office. And I got down. So, Cal, final thing here. Then I want Mandalorian Jedi to come on the show here. Can we manifest that one of our new goals is that you and I meet in Pigeon Forge and go to Dollywood together?
Well, that's a very small percentage of that happening because I don't like I just don't like large crowds of people, and I don't like sitting in the car and traveling for that long. Even if it's for you, Ken.
What is it? It's about a 4-hour drive from Tri-Cities to.
Yeah, Tri-Cities. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nashville's 4 hours, and Pigeon Forge is what, about an hour before that.
Yeah, I think Kingsport's actually less than 4 hours.
Okay.
But I'm not willing to do that. You know what I mean? Even if it is to meet you, Ken, I don't need to meet you, Ken. I have enough interaction with you as is through the internet.
Steve, I've been rejected. Now my only hope, because again, it was 2009, I think it was. We drove to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. We were going to Dollywood, then it started to rain, and we ended up just going to the little play the aquarium. They got an aquarium there. And we went to and we went to a Bubba Gump Shrimp, and then we went back to Tri-Cities. All right, so I never got to go to Dollywood, and I regret it to this day. So my only hope is to convince like Haley Williams to meet me there, to fly out of Nashville or drive out of Nashville and to go to Dollywood with Haley Williams. And Cal, he's turned me down. I feel rejected, Steve.
Well, I mean, you should feel rejected. You were unequivocally rejected.
I was rejected.
He did a great job of letting you down easy, though. So
he did.
Great job, Cal.
I'll tell you what I would do, Ken, is a while back, when y'all was talking about BlatherCon, Steve, and this came from Steve's mouth. He said, because it was on his way from Virginia, if you ever did a BlatherCon, that he would come and pick me up in Tennessee and take me out there. That's the way I would go and actually hang out.
That would be one hell of a road trip. I'd live stream the whole thing too.
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be great content. But bad news, BlatherCon's at Dollywood, so you can wait outside until we're done. All right.
Well, if you did a BlatherCon in Dollywood, then I would take the time to go out there.
Oh, then you would take the time.
Yes, of course. It's convenient. It's convenient, Ken.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, Ken,
Cal, I love you. Cal, I love you. Thank you for the stickers. I appreciate the stickers. I'm going to find out a good use for these. I won't use the Elvis one. I respect for you.
That's why I sent it to you. That's why I sent you. That's why I sent you your preferences, Ken, because I figured you'd find some good use for it.
You let me know about that Dolly shirt. Okay, thank you, Cal.
But yes, Happy New Year, Ken.
All right, happy New Year. I almost accidentally kicked out producer Steve. You can't go to BlatherCon. The crowds will be too big for you, Cal. David brings out a truth there. All right, final call of the night. This has been a fun episode. I told Steve today, I was like, I might be on air for 20 minutes tonight. With the news tonight, I just don't know if I want to do this, and I'm working on. I have a writing project. Thankfully, God bless this week. So I'm like, I don't know, but here we are. We're a buzzball deep, Steve, and we're still here. You know,
here we are. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that you stuck around. Ken.
There we go. Now, okay, so according to records, this might be her second time calling into the show, which I feel bad about. But calling into the show now is Mandalorian Jedi, and I'm very happy that she's here for this call. Mandalorian Jedi, Scarlet Wolf, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
You know what? I'm great now. I am Choco chilled.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I actually called in with another litmus test. Ooh. And it's because, when my mom was in a wheelchair and I had to push her, it used to make me very angry when people would just walk right in front of her and not look, particularly at like Disneyland. But now that I have to use a walker since I broke my ankle, it really makes me angry. So we need to make a bracket of all of these things that make us all angry and find out which one is the worst.
This is spectacular. This is a great idea. I might be a little buzzed, but I think it's a great idea. Steven is going to put it into the files. I love this. So what you're saying is when you have someone in a wheelchair or you're pushing someone in a wheelchair and people use that as like they block you or they use it as an advantage to get ahead in foot traffic?
They kind of use it as an advantage because they see you coming and they know you have to go a certain speed and then they still walk right in front of you.
Okay. Being from the mall world, I've seen this several times. Do the people that kind of do excuse me, does that make it feel a little less, at least acknowledging, or is it just the people that are just like...
No, they don't even acknowledge. But I did have my faith in humanity restored this morning because I was coming out of the post office and stepping down on the curb and it's wet here. And this little old lady asked me if I needed any help. And I told her, no, thank you. I'm actually okay. But that restored my faith in humanity today.
Yeah, I love.
That's good.
I love doing that. I offered someone some help recently. It was raining. I said, "Do you need some help to your car with that?" And they were like, "No, I don't, but thank you." And I walked away, and I was like, "I might be the best person in the world." So, yeah, I feel that. Mental energy.
True story, and I don't want to reveal too much, but true story. That's literally how I met my wife. I was in my college apartment. What? She was struggling to get her and her roommate were struggling to get their groceries out of their car. They dropped something. I was walking downstairs. I was like, "Hey, you guys because I noticed they were the girls who lived next door to me. I was like, "Hey, do you guys need any help getting stuff out of the car?" Like, "No, we're good." I was like, shit. Okay. I don't know what to do now. I guess I'll turn back around and go upstairs.
Okay, but hold on. Mandalorian Jedi, you heard it, right? Was this calculated, Steve? Was this calculated? Were you hiding in the bushes?
100%. I was on my balcony. Yeah, me and my roommate were on our balcony. Like, oh, hey, look, those the girls who live next door. Yeah.
Let's go help them chicks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Grunts and all. Yeah.
His next line is, "And that, kids, is how I met your mother."
She's not wrong. I mean, that was the first time I talked to her, at least. So.
But it worked. It worked.
Yeah, not that time. Some are just rejected. Boom.
Has she? Okay.
No, we're good.
I know, Steve. You like to play coy. All right. You have some sort of a weird government job I don't know about. You probably pulled the trigger on Venezuela, and you don't want to reveal too much about yourself. Okay.
Jeez.
I get it. So what is with what you want to reveal? What was your wife's reaction to that, and what kept the conversation going after that interaction?
Yeah, so the reaction was, "No, you dumb idiot. I'm a human being capable. I'm like a college-educated woman. I'm capable of carrying a half gallon of milk and a bag of Lucky Charms up 2 flights to my apartment." Because it really wasn't that much. It wasn't like they were doing the guy with all the oranges in his hands meme. They weren't struggling. It was just there was a couple bags.
Right.
And so she just thought I was probably just a idiot misogynist who thought she wasn't capable of carrying her groceries.
Okay.
But yeah.
Turns out she was right.
But then a piece of mail was a package of hers was delivered to my apartment instead of hers, and I had her property held hostage, and so boom, that window was wait a minute wide open.
Mandalorian Jedi, you heard that too, right?
I did. I was about to say that's kismet until he said, "Now I had her stuff hostage."
Yeah.
I had the mail. I locked it away in my hope chest and delivered it. Okay, this is this is fascinating.
I'm not using my secret identity, Steve. You never know where I could go with this.
Mandalorian Jedi, may I ask you, as a woman representing ladies abroad in this conversation, do you sniff this stuff out when some strange man with long hair and a beard comes down and be like, "Need help with that?" Are you like, "I'm on to you," or do you at any point take you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this sucker because I do need help?
Well, it kind of depends on if he's cute or not.
Steve,
Rule 1, Ken. Rule 1.
Rule 1. I think that's fair. Okay, that's fair.
And Steve, no 6'7", sir.
No 6'7".
Wow. See, I can't even do this. I can't weigh my options anymore. The kids have co-opted weighing options. That's bullshit.
Yes,
I do this all the time. Those damn kids. But yeah.
Love that. All right. So Mandalorian Jedi, thank you for the call. I'm gonna leave you. I want one question here. What is one? You don't have to divulge anything that you don't want to divulge. But what is one, in your time on this earth? You've been at a bar. You've been at your college dorm. What is one line that you actually are like, it's pretty clever?
I didn't have a lot of guys come and hit on me, So I don't really have a good one that I've heard.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I wish I had a better answer.
Okay. All right. Love it. It's asked, answered. Sorry.
Okay, well, I
Sorry,
feel like
Steven.
Mariano Rivera. Thank you for letting me come in and close out the show.
Love it. Love it. Lord, thank you for your second call into the show.
I will do
Appreciate
it again
There you go.
at some point.
Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Great stuff tonight here. Great stuff tonight. A lot of fun. I'm going to go finish some work, watch some football, and gear up for Monday. We'll have fake headlines on Monday. It's been a lot of fun doing that. There's some clips out on the YouTube channel. Go ahead and, if you haven't watched those, give them a watch. You don't even turn the audio on. Hype them. We can try to get some of those clips out here. No guests lined up. I think the week after, Pat Conkey from Culture, Faith, and Politics wants to come play the fake headlines game. So the game's growing in popularity, Steve. You've got a winner.
I love it. I love it. This is what I'm here for. I'm producer Steve is here to create things and ideas and fun bits, and so we got a winner. Let's drive this into the ground like any good winner does, and then we're on to the next thing.
Exactly. That's how you do it. Well, my theme music isn't queued up.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
That is it. Hey, join the Patreon page. I am putting up, I think I'll get the video tonight. I'm going to put up a full set of my show last night in Burbank in front of 4 people. 4 people, but it was a great set, and it's a study in crowd work, and I'm proud of it, and that's going to be up on the Patreon page. Also, there, get into the Discord, which is, I give credit to you, Steve. I give credit to everyone here in chat. The Discord is more active than it's been since 2018. In fact, it's probably exceeded the 2018 activity when I launched the Discord. So appreciate that. And Steve, any Blathering gaming streams coming up soon?
Hopefully, hopefully very soon. Just keep an eye on the YouTube, on Blue Sky, all that kind of stuff. One of my New Year's resolutions is to eventually have a schedule for that sometime soon. So yeah,
We'll get there.
babies and all that makes that hard, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Kids are growing, so we're able to have more structure soon.
There you go. All right, we're out of here. Appreciate it. Hey, like I said up top, the news is always tough. The news is always daunting. The news is always dark. And I'm not just talking about the news that you actually watch. I'm just talking the state of the world. And today and last night, more troubling things. So don't be afraid to reach out and find some joy. Don't be afraid to reach out to the people around you, people in your circle, the people you care about. In tough times, you should continue to find each other and have the silly moments, all right? If you need to take a buzz ball, go get a buzz ball. We'll get through it. If you don't drink, go find something else. But let's find solace in each other. Let's do it. See you all. Bye.